If you're using Canva to create your digital products but you're still not seeing sales, then chances are Canva's not the issue. And it's not that Canva doesn't work, it's just that most people are using it in the wrong way. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the top 10 Canva design mistakes that are killing your digital product sales, especially if you're a busy woman like me who is trying to launch fast but still wants your designs to look like a pro. So you can stop guessing, start designing with confidence, and actually make money from what you create. Now, over the years, I've used Canva for many of my designs, whether that was the ebooks, planners, mini courses. Literally my entire whole digital product suite has been created with Canva. And believe it or not, those simple designs has helped me generate thousands of dollars online. And that was without me needing a huge fancy team, fancy equipment, or a massive audience. So here's the truth. Canva does work, but your design has to do more than just be cute. It needs to convert. And today I'm going to walk you through what you need to be doing instead in order to start generating sales from your designs. But before we hop into the video, I know that we all love free stuff. So make sure you guys are heading down to the description bar listed below and make sure you're grabbing all your resources that will help you get started and making money on YouTube today with your digital products. Okay, now back to the video. I'm Brittany with The Wealthy Mama, and for the last 10 years, I have mastered the skill of making money online. And one thing that I know for sure, digital products is the way to go. Trust me, when I first started selling digital products, my designs were awful. Brand colors didn't match. I was using a different font every single time I created something new, and it was just all over the place. So trust me, this video is not to judge you. It's simply to help you. It wasn't until I simplified my design process that I started waking up to sales from my digital products. That shift alone has allowed me to stay present as a mom, go to brunch on a random Tuesday, and last but not least, build an income that doesn't require me to be online 24/7. And if you're anything like me, aka a busy mom, you know we don't have a lot of time as is. So we need a process that's simple and straightforward. We can go in and get our digital products made, list it, sell it, and make money. That's it. That's how simple I need the process to be as a busy mom on the go. So now let's talk about the 10 Canva mistakes that you need to avoid. Mistake number 1, designing without a target audience in mind. When you don't know exactly who your content is for, it can kind of make your content seem watered down. And that's because your design and copy should speak directly to one type of buyer and one specific need. So here's the bonus tip for you. Before you design a single page, I want you to write down your ideal customer's name, problem, and what result they want from your digital product. Now on to mistake number 2, and that's prioritizing aesthetics over value. This is going to sting a little bit, but just because your digital product is cute, that doesn't mean that it's going to bring in sales. Your digital product might be visually gorgeous, but it's not actually solving a problem. Therefore, you're not making any money. So instead, you always need to outline your solution first. And then you want to design around that solution. Because remember, value will always lead. And visuals are just there for support. All right, now on to mistake number 3. Using hard to read fonts. Now, before you come for me in the comments, I know those curly script groovy fonts may in fact look good or fancy, but if they're having to squint their eyes and zoom in just to read what's in your digital product, then that's an absolute no. So here's the bonus tip where you can kind of have the best of both worlds. You're going to use script fonts for only your accents and your section headers, and then you're going to stick with clean modern fonts for the body text like Montserrat or Open Sans. And this way you kind of get the best of both worlds. You still get clean and fancy at the same time. All right, now on to mistake number 4. Cluttered pages with no white space. So busy pages that are too cluttered just stress your reader out. If your product looks like a wall full of text or packed with graphics, people won't engage with it. So instead, I want you to add some breathing room and space within your sections and use bullet points to increase your clarity and readability. Trust me, it helps. All right, on to the next one, mistake number 5, and that's skipping a clear cover page or branding. A weak or non-existing cover makes your product feel amateur, even if the inside is great. So what I want you to do instead is use a bold title, your brand name, and a strong tagline or subtitle that tells people what the transformation is that they'll get inside of your digital product. Which leads me to mistake number 6, and that's not using consistent colors and fonts within your digital product. Switching up your styles, colors, and fonts can kind of make your digital product seem like it's all over the place and also kind of rushed. So instead, I want you to choose 2 to 3 brand colors and a max of 1 to 2 fonts. Then I want you to set those inside of your Canva brand kit so that way you can easily access it and keep everything cohesive within your digital product. All right, now on to mistake number 7, and that's forgetting a clear call to action or next step. Don't let the journey just end with your digital product. You want to guide your buyer to what's next. whether that's a freebie, a follow-up product, or a newsletter. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to add a final page that has a clickable link to your next offer. And then make sure you finish it off with a thank you message and a discount code. Now let's talk about mistake number 8, and that's not exporting in the right format. So please don't let your beautifully designed digital product go down the drain into waste simply because you didn't upload it and format it correctly. So it doesn't matter how beautiful or well put together your digital product is, it can fall flat if it's blurry or the links don't work. So it's important to make sure that you always export in the highest PDF possible, and Canva makes that super easy to do. You always want to export as a high quality PDF with clickable links, and then you want to go back and test that file before you publish it to the public. Just make sure you're always going back and checking your work just to make sure all the links work properly and that no page is blurry and that everything is in alignment. And this way you avoid any customer complaints. All right, now let's move on to mistake number 9, and that's overcomplicating the layout. It's important to not let a complex design slow down the actual creation process. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to use a simple layout with a clear header, section, and enough space between elements so people can quickly digest the content. And last but not least, mistake number 10. And that's not creating a mock-up for your sales page. Sometimes it can be hard for your buyer to understand exactly what they're getting and the value that they're purchasing. So I want you to go into Canva and use their smart mockups tool and search for digital product mockup templates. And then that way you can add instant credibility to your listing. Now that we just covered the 10 mistakes, I want you all to realize that you don't need to overthink your digital products, but it does need to be intentional. Once you've learned how to design something strategic the first time, you are then able to bring in money while you sleep and make passive income. Now, if you're ready to take your digital product that you created within Canva and start making passive income, but you're not sure exactly how you can do that with YouTube, then make sure to go check out my digital money bundle. It's going to give you a step-by-step action plan in order for you to start generating passive income today from your digital offers. And you can find that link listed down below in the description box. And remember, if you take what you learned in today's video and pair it with my other videos, then you're on your way to financial freedom and passive income. I'm Brittany with The Wealthy Mama, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace.